what's very interesting is that I don't care who these women date. I don't care what race of the guy that they're with. I'm not one of those type of people who care about the race of who these women are with, because we wouldn't want them to care about who we're dating, right? But this is, to me, just seems like an arrangement. You know, for some reason, older men, shout out to Face by Pure Insurance for Love, appreciate that. You have these older men, man, they just want a young woman. They don't care if she got a couple kids. They don't care if she done been around the block a few times. They like dealing with younger females, you know? And they'll deal with the Black Chinas of the world, you know? And I don't think that nothing's wrong with her wanting to date this particular guy. I just think that it's very interesting how, if this situation goes downhill, she's going to be right back to court talking about she want more money. Everything is good now because this guy's taking care of her. But what about when the guy's no longer taking care of her? You know? You have to be very careful of the type, a lot of guys, because there's a lot of guys, unfortunately, that aren't going to care about what I have to say. They don't care about a red pill. They don't care about going their own way. They just care about sleeping with women. You know? They just care about sleeping with as many women as possible. So they will still try to wife up Black China, even though she done dated all these different guys in the industry, even though, even though that she's out here dating older, Caucasian men for their money, because that's the only reason why she's with this guy. Let's just be real. Now, people don't understand that a lot more women these days are way more materialistic than they're leading on. This is why the net worth is as low as it is, okay? And when we talk about those things, they say that we're haters, we hate them, we don't like them, we're jealous of them. But no, we just stating facts. You have young ones to care for. They're still young. So you have to be very careful of the type of individuals you're dealing with. But when you're somebody who's chasing behind a man for money, you're looking to level up by any means. You don't really take into account those particular things. You have to be very calculated. And I will say this too, okay? The one thing that I have learned is that women have a need for materialism, right? But they will overlook that if they like you. That's why you see women dating guys who are broke, basically, who don't have anything. But I think that once they reach a certain age, they're willing to basically, slure themselves out. They rent themselves out to the highest bidder. We see it going on social media. They're willing to go and fly to these different countries and deal with these different guys, and then they come back like ain't nothing happened. They will do this. And then they will lie about it and say that, and act like they weren't in Dubai a couple of weeks ago. They post all these pictures and then try to act like they were never there, or they don't go on those type of quote unquote trips. But we know why you go on those trips, because you're looking for that quick come up. Okay. You're looking to support your expensive materialistic habits, okay? And Black China is like that. She wants to say in the media that she's not collecting child support, but you're collecting money from a rich man. He's funding your lifestyle, Now, this is not in every case, but it's very obvious who is out there, selling themselves to these guys. And I would say that it happens a lot more than people think, because it ain't just the IG models. You got these singers, you have these actresses, you have these TV host personalities. These people have a lifestyle to upkeep. And I'm telling you right now, all them hosting gigs don't pay like they tell you. That's why these girls try to get wifed up by these athletes and these, entertainers, because what they're not telling you is that those reality TV checks are not as big as they want to claim. As a matter of fact, they literally don't make that much unless they are somebody who's tenured or somebody who brings in the views for the most part. And they too are out there putting themselves on display for a rich, non-melanated man. Okay? So we know that this stuff goes on. We know that these particular females are out here looking for sugar daddies. Okay? They've lost their will to work, even though society keeps saying, hey, women want equality. They want to make what men make. You know why? Because women are broke, no matter how much money they're making. Not all, but the materialistic ones. The ones who are materialistic, the ones who are always getting their hair done, and buying all those, bundles. Then they got to get the hair done. They're getting it done every other week. Nails done, going on vacations, which costs a lot of money, by the way. Vacations cost a lot of money. Okay. And this is why you're seeing them talking about wanting more money, even though they're working the same jobs. Because we as men, we take care of our money. We're not out here living expensive lifestyles, And when you have women living expensive lifestyles, I don't care how large her social media platform is. She's still going to be out here dealing with one of these rich, old men. And these are old men. Let's be real. You're with them because of what they have, not because of their personality and who they are. You deal with them because of what they can do. But what makes this thing even more troubling is that they be in their early 30s. Some of these women are in their 20s, renting themselves out to these guys, putting mileage on themselves. They're putting mileage on themselves. And because they're putting mileage on themselves, what they don't understand is that you're ruining yourself for the next guy. Okay? You may think that you can mentally keep everything together, but you can't. This is why these guys don't wife you. Okay? A dude can sense a low self-esteem. A dude who is socially aware, a dude who deals with women and understands women and female nature, he notices a low self-esteem female a mile away. He can tell when you're broken, okay? And if he can tell that you have been ran through, okay, that you're materialistic to, you talk about all these standards, but you've been around the block a few times. Those guys are going to ignore you. They're not going to deal with you. And especially with you being, a single mom, even though you have a good relationship with your kid's father, which actually helps you as a single mother. When you're a single mother, it does help to have your kid in a healthy co-parenting environment, because if it's not healthy, you move on to the next guy. And let's say that the father comes back into the picture, which happens a lot. When they see that you moved on and you're going to be around their kids, they're going to feel some type of way. They're going to come back around. So that's why, single mothers are having it tough. But it makes it worse when you're materialistic, been ran through, and you have a very, very bad relationship with the father. Now, I can see if it's a situation where the father is completely out of the picture. You don't even know where he at. I can understand that. You don't know where he at, where he living at, what he doing. But in most cases, man, these guys, man, if they have dealt with women, they know, they can sense that you've been ran through. They can sense that you have this sort of desperation on you. You're looking to, turn your life around and the past things that you have done. But a lot of times the Black Chinas of the world never really change. I mean, she was dating a 18-year-old. Now she's dating a 60-year-old. It's almost like she went through these different phases where she was trying to be young and then realized that she's in her early 30s with 2 kids. Now she's thinking about getting money. So she goes to the older guy. An older guy, mind you, that is not thinking about putting a ring on her finger. He's just not. He's not thinking about that. You know, he's not thinking about being no stepdaddy. Okay. You know, to him, you're a good time. You're a good time. You're somebody he can take to some parties and, you know, whatever, you know, or maybe on a few vacations. But once that is done and once this guy's focused on whatever he's focused on, you're going to be pretty much just on to the next one, you know, and that it's a shame that these particular females have to follow that path, but that's what they do. You know, look at Nicki Minaj. I mean, Nicki Minaj went from being the top female rapper to being up there to being just wallowing in pity. You know, dating a guy who has an extensive criminal history, and the guy ain't making no money. But you parade him around like he's the best thing ever because you're going through a floundering career crisis, you know. And there's rumors that you've been letting these rappers smash you for features. I mean, we still don't know what happened with Quavo. Quavo said in a song that he smashed, and you didn't have the same energy for him that you have for other people. So I can only surmise that may have happened. And because Quavo still, you know, is relevant, so to speak, in the music industry, you're not, and because the rumors may be true and he has proof, you stay away from that. You know, stay away from that. But you can tell when these particular Black China types are losing their mind is because of the type of guys they date and how they conduct themselves.